If you're ever on tech for an extended period of time, then you know that cleaning is really important to keep it running smoothly. And the console is no different. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to clean the PlayStation 5 Slim version. I've already done this version, the first generation, on my channel, so if you want to see that, or if you own this console, then you can watch the full breakdown on how to clean it from its current state all the way to the chipset. But this video, we're going to work on the Slim. This is the newer generation, and I have yet to do a video on it, so let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to break it down pretty much to the chipset and clean every part, and to show you how to do it every step of the way. Here are the tools you need. You just need 2 screw bits. You need a T8 security screw and a Phillips head to get through all the screws in the console. So once you have that set, then you can begin by taking off the panels. So the panels come in a set of 2 on each side. You're going to face the console away from you, and you're going to pull up on the side as you see and kind of lift it up. Now, if this is your first time taking off the panels, it's going to take a little bit of force, so just be a little bit stirring with it, but don't be too aggressive because you don't want to break it. So just follow the video as you see here to take off the 4 panels. Once the panels are off, you're going to see the fan. That's the first thing we're going to clean. But first, let's take off the SSD internal bay. If you have an SSD in here, I highly recommend taking a look at it. Make sure the heatsink is properly seated and nothing is malfunctioning on there in terms of the SSD itself. But for now, we're just going to take it apart and begin the disassembly of the fan. So there are 4 screws on the fan. This is really important, as I'll demonstrate in a little bit, but each screw is a different size. So make sure that you keep in memory where each screw goes, because they are different lengths, and I'm going to showcase those differences once all the screws come out. So those 2 are the same size, and this one here is going to be a little smaller. So as you see, it's a lot smaller than the others, and this one's going to be a little longer. So keep this in mind for when you put it back together, because you will damage the console if you put the screws in the wrong placement. So as I'm showcasing you there, each screw has its own place. Now that all the screws are loose, we're going to remove the fan. Be careful, as you see the connector is attached at the top, so make sure you don't pull it out too fast, because you will damage that wire right there. That is the fan connecting to the motherboard for power. So gently remove it. Now I'm going to demonstrate how to clean a fan properly, because some people tend to do this wrong and you can damage the fan quickly. So those are the screws. As you see, they're different lengths, so keep this in mind how they go in. So to clean the fan, you're going to hold the fan down, make sure it doesn't spin freely, and you're going to blow it with air. Do not let the fan spin as you're blowing it, because you could damage the bearings and the motor inside, so hold it firm. To get access to the connector to remove the fan completely, if you want to clean it that way, you see the little door here that you open, and then the connectors underneath. Try to use the needle nose pliers to get to it, because you don't want to damage the plastic connector. It is pretty fragile. Now we're going to remove the multiple screws that are keeping the console held together. We count about, I believe, 12 of them. So showing you where they are positioned now, we're going to start unscrewing them one by one. All of these screws use the security screw. I believe this is the T8 bit. So it's a star with a little pointer in the center. So make sure you have that one to get the best fit. Some of the screws can be a little stubborn to come out, so if you have a magnet, that will really help. I didn't have one on hand, but I ended up getting one later on in the video. So you'll see me go back to each screw to remove them using a magnet, because sometimes they don't come out. or alternatively you can just flip the console over. But just keep in mind that each screw also has a different length, and I will showcase this later on. So try to keep track of where each screw goes, because once again, if you place them in the wrong spot, they can damage the console and the pieces below. So as you see, that screw's a little bit different versus that screw. And some of them even have different threads. So once again, just kind of use this video as reference to remember where each screw goes, because this is very important. Okay, now we're on the final screw for the body of the console. So here's the orientation for each screw as I'm showing you. These are the proper holes they go in, so if you want to use this video as reference to remember where each screw goes, then you can. But each screw that's next to its proper hole is where they were taken out of. So next up is going to be a hidden screw underneath a warranty sticker. Once the sticker is removed, it cannot be placed back on the console. This is of course Sony's way of letting the company know that your console was tampered with, voiding your warranty. So keep in mind, this will void your warranty if you remove that sticker, and it cannot be replaced due to special coating on it, and the adhesive below basically becomes unusable once you remove it from the console. So now that that screw is removed, it's also a different size, so make sure you remember where that screw goes. Lifting up the console, just showing you that you cannot lift up the console without removing the fan connector. So this is how far it goes. As you see there, any higher and you're going to damage the connector, so make sure you be careful with that. So now that we removed the fan connector, this is what it looks like underneath. This is basically the heat components of the console. Now, I don't go any further than this because underneath this piece is the chipset. If you're not in a proper environment, you can damage the chipset relatively easily. So I just do the dusting of the fan and the heatsink underneath. Luckily, my console is not dirty at all, so I didn't have to really go further than this. Just keep in mind, if you go further than this point, which you can look up a video on the multiple screw locations, you will be getting access to the chipset and very sensitive components, so make sure you have a proper environment to do so. Otherwise you can damage them, and it's relatively easy to do so. So I didn't want to go any further beyond this point because the environment I'm in is not really suitable for that, and I just don't want to risk shorting out any components or damaging them. So I just do a quick dusting of the heat sinks that I showed you earlier, and the fan grill right there. I also do a little wipe down off screen, but as you can see, the console's not really that dirty, so I don't go any further. Just keep in mind that if you do go further than I did, you'll be reaching sensitive components, so please be careful and cautious when unscrewing the motherboard area. So that's basically the complete teardown of the major components to clean. So now we're just going to put things back together, starting with the fan connector and putting the door back on to keep it protected. Now the orientation of the screws don't really matter, just try to do it in a diagonal pattern. We didn't really do it in this video, but I recommend doing it crisscross, so the four corners, and then kind of just work your way around. But we start with the security screw, the hidden one, first, just because it's so different from the others. We don't want to get it mixed up. So here we're going to demonstrate that the piece cannot go back on once you put it, once you take it off the console. It basically is not going to stick. So just keep that in mind if you have a warranty with Sony on the PlayStation. Okay, we're going to screw them back in. It's a little tight in terms of screwing them in. Just use a little bit of pressure. As you see, our screwdriver kind of struggles here. And just put the screws back in the place you took them out of. Remember, these are different lengths and threads, so make sure you remember what screw goes where, or it won't screw in properly and you could damage either the screw or the thread underneath. So just keep that in mind. You shouldn't have to clean the console too much. It does a good job of circulating air. So I would highly recommend cleaning it every 6 months, or if you use it heavily or in a dusty environment like a desert or something, then maybe do a little more frequently. Just keep in mind that some of the components are sensitive, so be careful. I highly recommend cleaning your console now, especially since Sony has raised the price of the PlayStation by about $150 across the board. So this video is really made for that reason. It's not easy to buy a console anymore due to the price hikes. It's really not recommended. So if you can take apart your console, or if you're confident enough to do so, I highly recommend maintaining your PlayStation, because it is now really expensive to buy a new one. So if you don't want to spend a lot of money on something you already own, just take the time to at least clean the fan and the side panels and just get the dust out of there so your console does not overheat, because it will overheat rather quickly. This thing gets hot when you're playing intense games. So that's kind of what this video is for, is to keep your console healthy, at least until the price goes down. We don't know when that's going to happen, but Sony did raise the price quite a bit, and it's really expensive to even get this version, the digital version of the PlayStation 5. So just clean your console every once in a while to keep it healthy. So now that all the main screws are on, we're going to start putting on the fan screws and the SSD door. So once again, the fan screws have special locations. Make sure you remember where they go, or you can use this video as reference. Make sure the screws are relatively tight. Don't do it too tight because you don't want to break anything, but especially on the fan, just make sure they're nice and tight, because this part does move, so you don't want them to come loose and damage the fan. So okay, now that the fan is securely in place, we're going to put the SSD door. This is a good time to also clean that area. Your SSD gets really hot, so you want to make sure it's clear of dust or anything. Make sure the heatsink is properly seated still and has good contact. If you need to reapply paste, then do it now before you put this door back on. I don't have an internal SSD, so I just reinstalled the SSD door. Okay, that is basically how to clean a PS5. I don't go far into detail because you don't really need to go any further. Underneath is just the sensitive components, as mentioned earlier. So just clean the panels, clean the plastic pieces, and place the panels back on as you see in the reverse order. They do rock into place, so you don't kind of snap them all. You put the back end first and then kind of cradle it forward and then snap in the front. So just keep that in mind. They don't all snap in. The back part does kind of rock in, and then you can snap it into the front. I hope this video helped you out in terms of cleaning the PlayStation 5 Slim. If it did, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll do more videos like this on other components like the controller or what have you. If it's helped you, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.